Welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures Podcast. Rideshare infotainment for the new driver, old driver, and everyone in between.
Hi guys, welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Have another bonus episode. We had one last week with an insurance agent, and we have, oh great, I forgot to ask how do you pronounce your last name. It's Dinif? Dinif.
Yeah.
Damn it, I did that in the last one too. So it's Megan Dinif from Ervines Auto Repair, and she's they are our studio sponsor, and we're super happy that you guys do that because it's kind of exciting because we're actually making money now. Now, again, we don't take any money. It all goes into pay bills, but it's just nice not to have to pay out of our own pocket. So thank you for coming. I always reach out kind of like Eric does. I've kind of modeled I don't know if you saw the ad proposal from Eric, but ours are really similar because I just kind of took what he did. I was like, that looks good, and kind of moved things around a little bit. But what he does too is he likes to get his sponsors on. So that's what we're trying to do. So we're just going to kind of sit down and talk about Ervines. And so how long has Ervines been in business? I think I saw 25 years.
So Ervines has been in business for a long time. Ervines has not been in business as our family business for a really long time. We've had it for 25 years.
Okay.
So my parents, Eric and Jamie, bought Ervines back in 1994 from the Ervine family.
Okay.
So, and they had been in business for a couple years before then and were looking to get out. And one of the gentlemen who owned it and my dad meshed really well.
Okay.
So my dad went to work at Ervines for the purpose of buying Ervines.
Oh, that was his goal?
Yep.
So he's been a mechanic for forever.
Yep. He went to, straight out of high school, he went to Ferris for mechanics.
What degree do you get?
Cars. I don't honestly know. So he's actually a technician.
Okay.
When we talk about auto repair people, now they are called techs, the good ones.
Yeah.
So you want a tech to work on your car, not a mechanic.
Well, it's funny you say that because even in the lawn fertilization business, we're lawn technicians. We're not like applicators anymore. It's kind of just a verbiage change. Still the same thing, but
it is.
So a mechanic is not a technical term anymore.
I mean, it's not like a bad thing.
No.
But the mechanics and technicians are going to school constantly.
Yeah.
Everybody at Ervines is constantly taking classes and taking tests, and they're earning their labels.
Okay. And you added somebody for like Mini Coupes and BMWs, right? Because they're like the same company, or they're like.
Yes, they are the same. So BMWs and Minis are the same.
Yeah.
I just found that out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We should make the disclaimer that I don't know anything about cars.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, what do you do in the business?
I do almost everything aside from fixing cars.
Okay.
So that ranges from customer service, cleaning the bathroom, making coffee, paying bills, getting payroll, things set if that needs to be done. As my mom actually pays payroll, but if things need to be done, I'm her right-hand man for many things.
Okay.
And I'm social media. I'm the website manager, like a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So you work like a couple days a week right now, right?
Yes.
You got
typically
a billion
2.
kids.
I'm sorry?
How many kids do you have? Like 4?
2.
I thought you had more than 2 kids.
No, it just feels like it.
I'm
Sometimes.
sorry.
They're
That's
lovely,
terrible.
but
I should have known that. I'm so busy. I apologize. That was a jerk move.
No,
I thought you had more kids.
Just the 2. We didn't want to be outnumbered.
What's their names again?
Bryson is 9, and my daughter Hayden is 6.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. I didn't turn my damn phone off.
I did.
Sorry. I'm terrible. So yeah, I remember you work like Monday and Tuesdays, right now?
Typically. And the great thing about working for my parents is that if I need to change things for midwinter break is coming up or health reasons for kids, I can call grandma. Like I can just call my mom and say, hey, like this is happening this week. Can we just switch days? And it's kind of magical. So this week I'm Monday, Thursday or something. Okay. So that's what works.
That's so awesome.
It's perfect.
It's like me in the winter with gig work. I can be like, oh, the kid, like Sully was sick Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Not the flu, just a terrible fever. And I was home Monday and Wednesday, and Megan worked, and then I did work on Tuesday, and she stayed home. But it's nice when you have that flexibility.
It really is.
It's like, oh, you're in a jam, and paying somebody or grandma, it's tough to ask people.
Well, and it's nice to not feel like I'm letting people down.
Yeah.
Because I would feel very guilty if even though it's my kids, I have an anxiety issue. So I want to go to work and do my job.
Well, yeah, you obviously have a good work ethic. The whole family does. So, I don't know about your sister.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good one, too.
Yep. She does. She works for Farmers Insurance. So while she doesn't work in the business, she still knows a lot about the automotive industry.
Interesting.
So,
doesn't your husband work for Farmers?
Yeah.
Too?
Yep.
Is that how that got in?
Brian was working at Farmers first. And then when Ashley was ready to switch jobs, he put in a good word for her. And
nice.
Yeah.
I just dropped Farmers.
They are a wonderful company.
No, they are. There was no issue. It was just price.
They're very expensive.
Yeah. Well, initially when I got them, they were cheaper than what I had. But then creep. Yeah. And maybe the company I went to now will do the same thing. I don't know. But
it's kind of like when you cancel your cable and go somewhere else and get the best rates.
I feel like we were way under 300 when we first started. And then when we quit, it was like 365. I'm like, I kept asking him. He kept just saying there was something in the laws. And I was like, all right, whatever. Yeah. So finally. But so one of the things I notice about you guys is your focus on the community. Mm-hmm. You had you do that every year. You give like $1,000 away, right? Is that what it is?
For Christmas.
For Christmas,
we call it our season of giving.
Season of giving. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Did you get a lot of response in that? I know I threw my daddy daughter in there, but it didn't make the top 4.
We used to spend a ton of money sending out Christmas cards to everybody.
Okay.
And that was great, but we didn't feel like people totally appreciated that.
Yeah.
I mean, probably appreciated it, but it's another Christmas card coming from another company.
Yeah.
So we took that money and put it out to everyone on Facebook and said, hey, what is your favorite West Michigan-based nonprofit? Tell us.
Yeah.
And then I will take them all, compile all the information, and then sit everybody down at lunch, and then we all cry about the amazing organizations that need help and need our money.
Right.
And then my parents kind of go through and they're like, these are my top 5. We put that on Facebook and let everybody vote.
Yeah, it's cool that you let everyone vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously you have to narrow it down. But that's honestly the Christmas card. It's like whatever.
Right.
Unless you're sending like a magnet, and even so, I'm like, oh, cool, another magnet.
Yeah.
But people like to get behind their charities.
Right.
It really engages people, and they're like, and honestly, it's a good business move on your end. Like, I'm always looking at the entrepreneur. Like, I've always wanted to own my own business and stuff. So I'm always looking at, I'm like, this is a good idea because they're going to get a lot of traffic with all this.
Right. Yeah. There was it's part of my job.
Right. Yeah.
So share, like share this post, like share it with people so they can vote.
Yep. So another thing that you guys do is the car show. And I know about it because I follow you guys on Facebook, but then my dad told me about it because he's got this,
Judy too.
Yeah. It's a Fiat. It's like a late 70s or early 80s Fiat convertible. So he was all excited, but he had a new paint job, like an expensive paint job, and it did not get done in time, so he was bummed. So
it was sad.
Yeah. So with that, you do that's for charity too? Yeah.
So that one we just find something that we like.
Yeah.
Something that touched our heart. So we happened to learn about Hope Packages during our Christmas campaign the year before, and they did not win the money. And we thought they had us sobbing. Hope Packages makes first night bags for kids going into the foster care system.
Yes.
And so they can have backpacks and pajamas and things of their own.
Yeah.
Give them some dignity while they're going through this horrible situation.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting at lunch with my parents, and my dad is a girl dad. He only has daughters. And a couple other guys and my mom, and everybody's crying.
Yeah.
When we're reading about it at Christmas, and they didn't win. And then the day after, we're like, well, Hope Packages come to the car show. There's just no doubt about it.
Right.
So we kind of let them do what they want to do. If they want to sell food, if they want to they can do whatever they want.
So you're just offering an opportunity of people coming to an event, and they can do whatever they want to make money for the fundraiser. Yep. Yeah.
And then the entry to be in the car show, some people require, or some places require money. We just asked for a donation. So that could have been $1. That could have been a first night bag, or toothbrushes.
That's cool.
Whatever they wanted. And we put that out to our customers beforehand that we were making overnight bags.
Okay.
and we have the best customers. We say all the time that we work for the best people.
Yeah.
We do.
Okay.
We love our jobs. We love our people. And they come through.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we put together 70. I know we had at least 70 backpacks at one point.
That's a ton.
Not the entire backpack put together, but we had at least the 70 backpacks and then just tons of other stuff. We filled up a Prius. That's our thing.
Well,
we fill up a Prius with all the stuff that we can. So
next time you're going to have to fill up 2. That
would be a goal, yes.
Although it's probably pretty roomy in the back.
You can fit a lot of stuff in a Prius, yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. So another thing, I mean, obviously I go to you guys and I've used you. What separates you? And I always say, and I probably shouldn't say this, but you've said this to me. So I say it on the podcast. I don't know if you listen to the ads, but like, we're not the cheapest, but we're the best.
I stand behind it.
Okay.
100%.
And I always wonder if I should say that because I'm like, that's what you've told me.
And it's true. We're not the cheapest.
Right.
But I think we're the best.
Yeah.
I think the team that we have is amazing. We work well together. We are a family.
Yeah.
One of us cannot work well without the rest of us. We need each other.
Yeah.
And that's not just me and my mom and my dad. It's the techs too.
Yeah.
If one tech is just a little off, it throws everybody off.
Well, it's because it's a small garage.
Right.
I mean, not small, but I mean, it's a small, like, what do you have? 4 techs?
So right now there's 4 techs and a service writer.
Okay.
Nope. 3 techs and a service writer.
So 4, 5,
because
6,
I could,
7.
Yep.
So like 7 or 8 people.
Yep.
Which is small.
Yes. And if anyone knows an ASE certified tech, we are hiring.
You're looking for one?
We are always looking.
Okay.
So yeah. We actually just had one of our techs leave to go start his own shop.
Okay.
So if somebody's going to leave, we're thrilled with that being the reason.
Yeah.
That being the reason why.
Yeah. I feel like there is competition with auto repair, but like there's so many cars to repair. It's not like you're going to run out of work. Fixed. Yeah.
No.
You know,
and we are crazy busy. A lot, but it is our mission is to get your car fixed right the first time.
Yeah.
And to get it back to you as soon as possible. We don't want it sitting in our lot. You will not call me and hear that you have a 2-week wait.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
No.
Now that we're getting into a little bit of the European stuff, I don't know exactly how that goes. I know that sometimes there can be a little longer wait with parts.
Yes.
But also still our goal to get cars back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you're not going to find, I mean, I'm sure they carry some parts at Napa for those, but it's not like a norm kind of thing. Like you probably have to get them shipped
right
from overseas.
I have no idea. I'm so new. We're so new with the European stuff.
Yeah.
With the tech that just came in.
Yeah.
Who is certified and brilliant and loves working on these BMWs and Minis.
Sweet.
So it's great. It's awesome.
Yeah. The other guys are like, cool.
Yeah. Bye. Like you do your thing.
Right.
But it's awesome to be open up to that. But something that's different about us compared to other people is just that we love each other.
Yeah.
We spend time together after work. We just have a really good time at work.
Yeah. You got to have that chemistry. Where I work, it's 4 employees and 2 owners. Well, father, son. And you got to have that chemistry. I've been there for 11 years. And when I started, there was someone there that had been there for a long time, but
suck the life out of the business.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. We would only see that person like 10 minutes in the morning, and it was just a life suck. And eventually it ended up ending over the years. But it's just like, but now that that's gone, like, we have Christmas, like we didn't have Christmas parties.
Oh.
Like now we have Christmas parties and like it's so much better. So I know about the harmony in a small company.
Well, like the buzzword now is culture. Like how's the culture? Yeah. My mom can't stand the word culture because she thinks, just like you just rolled your eyes. That's kind of how she is.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah.
Like.
Or your journey.
It's important. Yeah. I don't know about that. But the biggest difference for us between other garages, hybrids.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
We work on hybrids, so many hybrids.
I bet.
My dad, I believe he said at one point, like he was getting a little bored. Not that he wanted to stop working on cars.
Yeah.
He wanted to learn more.
Challenge.
Yes, he's always learning things. So he went out to a school on the East Coast and learned all about hybrids. And in 2011, Ervines opened Grand Rapids Hybrid.
So did he go while he was running the business?
Yeah, he and my mom both left. Oh. So, but Bruce was... I'm pretty confident Bruce was in 2011. Bruce was there. So
yeah, he's like, whatever, I got
Bruce.
this.
Yeah, Bruce is great. I don't know where I was. I must have been around because I think I was working at Ervines then.
Because you're what, 35? No.
Listen, I had this conversation with my friends last night. I believe I'm 36.
Okay. So you're right around Megan's age. So
Nope, Nicole's.
Oh.
We're not talking sister,
no.
We're talking wife.
Yeah, I don't even know how old my wife is. She was born in 82.
Oh, I'm 83.
Okay, so you're right there. That's easier than trying to figure it out.
I'm just a little bit younger than Nicole.
Okay.
So
2011, so that was 9 years ago. Where were you 9 years ago?
We had just moved back to Michigan.
Okay.
So I don't know if my mom had tricked me into working yet. And that is how I started at work. I worked on and off through high school and college there.
Oh, yeah, for
when
sure.
they needed me.
Yeah.
Answering phones, not doing the stuff I do now.
Yeah.
But she, I will say till the day I die, she tricked me into working.
Yeah.
She said, well, Bryson is my only grandchild, and I would just love to spend some time with him. And why don't you just go get away and talk to adults? Because she knows I'm fueled by other people.
Yeah. Very social.
Yeah. So she was right. I needed it. She got to hang out with the grandson.
Yeah.
And then now they're in school and I work more often.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah.
So, I know you don't personally fix the cars. We talked about that, but I want to know what's the most common thing you see, like someone like, or maybe the craziest thing you've seen, or like, have you ever seen people drive in to get an oil change and they don't have any oil in their pan or stuff like that?
I don't know about a pan. I don't.
Well, but I mean, like, that's where they hold the oil in the pan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning things. I mean, we had somebody come in that had just gotten an oil change in Lansing.
Ooh. And their oil light came on or
Grand
something.
Rapids, and I don't believe they put the plug in right. I should not talk about technical things. So
no,
his
you're right.
engine was toast on his Prius.
Yeah.
We see like a lot of dead animals. I went out and I was talking to one of the guys last week. He's like, hey, look in the grill. And there's just like a mouse half in the grill dead. Like
I never would think of that, but you
birds
do probably
and air
see.
filters, lots of peanuts and like bird seed in the air filters because the mice like to live in the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I hear the horror stories about the oil change places. I mean, it just doesn't mean they're bad. I mean, although if you're going to an oil change place, like Valvoline is super strict, and it's even happened at Valvoline, but they're like, they call out the check, like that's your job to make to drain the oil and put the plug in. Like if you forget that, you're a failure.
Right. You shouldn't be working on cars.
Right.
You don't need to have any kind of certification to change oil.
Right.
I am spoiled and I've never had to go anywhere to change my oil except for when I lived in Indianapolis.
Okay.
And I would try to time it to get home.
Yeah.
To have my dad do it.
I would too.
But he found a shop for me in Indy.
Okay.
To go to. So there are places you shouldn't go.
No. Yeah, for sure.
Oil changes should cost you a good chunk of money. Period.
Yeah. They are a lot of money. They suck.
They do, but they're very important.
Yeah, they are very important, especially with me. Like I have put some miles on. Brakes and tire rotation is super important. And you gotta, especially if you're using your car more than just like 10 minutes to work, 10 minutes home. You should anyways. But I mean, if you're using it for work, like you have to stay on top of that maintenance.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of that, you guys offer inspections for Uber and Lyft drivers too, right?
We do.
Yeah. They're not free.
They're not free.
No. You don't have to name the price on it. But honestly.
But you do get a credit back on your account. So should you need any repairs done, you'll have a little bit banked up with us.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the only reason Bell does that is because they're trying to get work from it. I've heard some horror stories from Bell. I personally have never had an issue. Now my car is getting up there now, but when I first did the inspection, it was fine. Like whatever, there was nothing wrong with it. But I heard people say they brought in like a 2017, like it was a year old, and they found like $2,500 worth of stuff, and I'm like, unless you're like off roading with it, like suspension stuff, they're big on suspension stuff. Because it has to do with the tires and everything. And I'm like, I would get a second opinion.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing about us is you've used our program that we have where we will send you an email or a text message with a link to your work orders, what we call it on our end.
Yep.
And you can see all the pictures of everything. After Bruce or my dad, Eric, calls someone, they'll send a link. You see all the pictures. You see everything that we have to say. 100% transparency.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. When I first brought my car there, and I was like, look at this. You just click on the link, and there's like a straight up high def picture. Like it's not like a shaky iPhone. I mean, I'm sure it's taken from an iPhone, but it's good. I mean, they're not just mailing it in. Like you can see super detail, like this is cracked or whatever. And I was super excited. I know I always talk about in the ad, like you can schedule online. Like, even though I'm not a millennial, I absolutely hate calling a repair shop or anywhere. Like, can I send you a text or an email, or unless it's something that needs to be like, hey, yo, what's up? I need to get a hold of you right now. But I love that you can schedule online. Yep. It's super, seamless. I haven't, and it's great. I'm glad you guys have spent money on that technology. It's been good. Our goal is to stay ahead of technology. So the hybrid stuff, there's not other people doing hybrid work. If you have a hybrid, just so you know, you should not go to Joe Schmo to have them fix your car. No. Period. Even for like brakes and stuff? I mean, the brakes are brakes, right? Oh, not for hybrid, because they use the power to... The regenerative braking. Yeah, so... I mean, I think it's important to stay, like with a doctor, you stay with a shop for your car. Because then we get to know your car. We can have the full chart of your car. These guys are car doctors. The amount of schooling and stuff that they go to, there are once a month, they are all in classes. Really? Yeah. I mean, they are constantly learning. The wonderful thing, techs kind of like to learn. Yeah. Our techs like to learn. Yeah. So they don't have an issue going. In a couple of weeks, we're spending all day Saturday at what they call Tech Expo downtown. My mom and I are going. We're taking some classes for us. The guys will all be in their classes. We just keep learning. Yeah. And that's a big thing for us. But I don't know how I got here. ADD brought me to here. We were talking about the tech of how cool it is you guys are investing in technology, like the texting platforms and stuff. But it also goes along with the cars, because they are constantly changing. They are not going to get any dumber. Well, the thing is, like, even I can change my brakes. I've changed my transmission fluid. I can rotate my tires. That's about it. But for the people that have worked on cars for so long, let's just say just some good old boy, like, they really can't do much anymore, because there's a lot of electronics involved with all that stuff. Even the tire pressure monitors now. I mean, it's like that thing goes, I don't know, do I just buy a new one and slap it on there? Like, can I just screw it in? Yeah, I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't know. Me too, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad you guys are still doing continuing education, which I think a lot of shops do, but a lot of them are probably like, eh. It's a requirement. Oh, is it? Yes. Like, to keep your job? Well, for you guys, but I mean, to keep your certification? So in the state of Michigan, you have to have certifications to be able to work on cars. Obviously, the safety of the public is in our hands. Well, of course. We have a big responsibility to keep you safe. Yeah. And to keep the people around you safe. So in the state of Michigan, you have to have a license. Yep. But if you take tests through a certification company called ASE, then it transfers over to Michigan. You only have to get the one, and then they just send you the other. Okay. If anybody is going to get their car repaired, they should find an ASE certified tech. Yeah. Period. Right. That means they are continuing education. They're moving forward. They are doing their best to keep doing their best. Okay. To stay with the times, and it doesn't feel like it's necessarily needed, because a lot of cars on the road are still older. Like, I have a 2004 Honda Odyssey with 280,000 miles on it. That car's not smart. Yeah. It doesn't know anything. Right. But then I also have a Prius. You need to know a lot of things for a Prius. So they just need to keep learning to stay with the times. Yeah, I really need to focus on that hybrid. I don't know a lot of drivers, rideshare drivers that drive hybrids. I know. We know the one. I think Leo. That we have in common. Oh, yeah. I haven't talked to him in years, but I just saw him randomly. You mean Greg? Jose? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he used to be on the groups a lot, but I haven't heard hide nor hair for him. But yeah, there's a guy in our group from Detroit. We have a lot of Detroit customers. That he comes to Grand Rapids every once in a while. But his, I think he drives a Prius. I saw it just last week. It was a wagon one. Ooh, that's what I wanted. My husband said no. Yeah, he loves it. He was raving about Prius it. Prius drivers love their Prius. Yeah. Period. It doesn't look like yours looks like it's not ugly. I shouldn't say that. Well, but it's not a cute car. No, it's not. But his was kind of nice. It was like more of a wagon. It didn't look like a Prius. Traditional Prius. Yeah. That's fair. So what are you guys working on in the future as we wrap up here? Is like, what's coming down? What do they say? The pike? So we are coming off a ridiculously awesome year. Okay, good. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to brag about myself and my mom. Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot to even talk about that. The awards you all got. Yes. So I was named Ratchet and Wrench is a... Eric just like...
Yes, it's not carburetor.
Yeah, but
Girls Gone Wild. That's not it. But
it is classy.
It is classy. So Ratchet and Wrench is a publication. They also do classes and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But they asked for nominations for their All-Star Awards.
Okay.
And my mom actually nominated everybody at Ervines to be an All-Star, and I was the one that got chosen. So we went out they sent a photographer to take pictures because I was going to be in their magazine.
So wait a minute. When you say you got chosen from them, or the crew at Ervines chose you?
Sorry.
And then you went from there?
Nope. So Mom, Jamie, put in all of the information for all of us.
Okay.
Ratchet and Wrench chose me as their All-Star winner for... It was under the category of administrative support, but it was because of my social media stuff because I'm on top of it.
There you go.
And they sent out a photographer, and by sent out, it's a local gal. She's wonderful. If anybody ever needs a headshots or anything done, I would be happy to give.
My sister did ask me about a headshot. She goes, I need a headshot because I was on her TV show. And I was like, I'll send you a picture on my iPhone and I'll crop it up a little bit.
Oh, no. Use some Instagram filters. It'll be great.
I know. I don't like those filters.
But then I was sitting at my kitchen table with a friend while the kids were playing outside. And something popped up on Facebook, and it was me on the cover of a magazine.
Oh, they didn't even tell you?
No.
Well, that's a little weird.
It was okay. I mean, it was okay.
It's cool, but that's kind of like I'm not prepared for this.
I said some words. We made some horrible jokes about, can I say horrible things? That will embarrass my dad?
As long as you don't say the F word.
Oh, I won't.
Yeah, then go for it. I don't care.
So I said, how many guys are going to take this? Okay, so Ratchet and Wrench goes into garages, dealerships all over the country.
Yeah, of course.
It just goes out all over the place. It's a free publication.
Yeah.
But like a nice, like it feels like a good magazine. It's not like a cheap thing. And I said, Dad, how many guys are going to go in the bathroom and have alone time with this magazine? And he rolled his eyes and walked away from me.
Too many.
So when I went to go, I went and accepted this award.
Yeah.
This is a follow-up to my dad's story.
Okay.
So I got this award. It was great. We went to Minneapolis. I had to give a speech I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Didn't say the F word.
Good job.
So that was all I was going.
In there.
It probably would have been fine. But it was streaming live. That's the only the only problem. So when we were there was a giant vinyl poster, huge, of me, of this cover, and we brought it home.
Okay.
And so I put it in the bathroom at work, and my dad walked in, and he was just not.
No.
He did not think it was funny.
Nope, not cool.
Bruce wouldn't help me put it up. He's like, no, I'm not having any part of this, but it's crooked.
Oh, that's so great, though.
Yeah, so it was really cool to win that award. And right after we found out that I won this All-Star Award from Ratchet and Wrench, my mom got a call. Well, I got a call for my mom.
Yeah.
Because they told me I could tell her that she won Female Shop Owner of the Year.
Okay.
Which is a huge deal.
Yeah.
So the Auto Care Association is an association we belong to. There's people all over the country that belong. And she's Female Shop Owner of the Year. She has to go give speeches. She is it. She's fantastic.
That's great.
So I'm sure there's somewhere a Male Shop Owner of the Year, but she's prettier.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And like what a great thing to put on your quote unquote business resume.
Absolutely. We're women, like we are a woman owned business.
Right.
We're a veteran owned business.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And my dad has won a bunch of awards too.
Of course.
He's been ASE Tech of the Year a bunch of times, but like
he doesn't even care.
Girls are taking over.
Yeah. As they should.
Yes. So we love it.
Well, thank you very much. This was fun to, like I said, I know you outside of this, if anyone's listening. I mean, just because they're a sponsor, we grew up, well, we'll talk. Anyways, this is a different podcast. We grew up 2 doors down from each other, so we kind of know each other and then reconnected or whatever. So, but thank you for joining us on this Rideshare podcast. And I'll let you know when we post it. And thank you. Thank you for supporting us.
Happy to do it.
All right.